Hey YouTube, this is my Arrma Talion. I'll just do a quick walk around with it. This is considered an 8th scale truggy. It's like a truck buggy. Put the aftermarket front bumper on there. It's from DE Racing. Right now the truck has the Creighton tires on there. I chose those tires because for all around bashing purposes and strength, those are a little bit better than the stock tire. This is the stock tire here, this first set. I use these more for on-road or dirt, gravel. They have really great traction for that, so I'd like to keep the integrity of those, and that's why I put the Creighton's one just for bashing around. I'm sure you also saw there I got the Pro Line Sling Shots. They're the exact same size as the Creighton tire. They're perfect for snow. I live up north in Minnesota, so putting those Sling Shots on, you shoot a huge rooster through the snow. It's quite a bit of fun. Alright, so let's move on to the truck here. If you can tell, it's missing the rear wing there. I've broken it off twice now. I bought a new wing mount and busted off. It wasn't easy. I mean, it took quite a bit of abuse. I was on a snow sledding hill and went full speed down there, and did about 12 to 13 cartwheels and flipped off that rear wing. So, alright, so the body. I've heard a lot of reviews of these rear mounting for the body getting pushed out or either broken. So what I did is I put mesh tape on the inside and I plastadipped it just to strengthen it. Now if you noticed, I've put window screen on the truck. I did that just to keep it from getting dirt and snow with inside the truck. It's worked really well. Really inexpensive. It probably cost me, I don't know, $5 or something. It's definitely worth it. It hangs down a little low. That way on the truck it covers everything. Truck stays pretty clean. Alright, up here's that front bumper. I had put the Senton bumper, the bumper from the Senton on there. It didn't give it as much protection, and that's why these holes are on the front side of the body here. It ended up, just because of the way the mounting is, getting broken on that same cartwheel that broke that wing. I just found out that this bumper is cheaper actually and has better protection. I'd also on the rear put the Senton's rear bumper on there. I had to, well, for the front bumper I had to drill a hole, just one hole, to put that Senton bumper on there. But for the rear, to put the Senton bumper on, these screws right here, I had to reverse through to mount the top side. So it went right here. And then the bottom part here, I had to cut off some of the plastic with my Dremel to be able to fit around the bottom side of the chassis here. Now what had happened was, during one of those cartwheels as well, one of the screws had gotten pulled out of the gearbox, and it cracked the gearbox, and it cracked this little mounting plate that's inside of here, and I had to replace those parts. So yeah, I just decided to take it off, and I did buy a DE Racing's rear bumper for it, and that's coming in the mail here. Other upgrades I've done, you can see these splash guards here for the rear A-arms. Those are from Team Durango, which is actually the exact same truck as Team Durango, is the Arrma Talion. They are actually made by the same company. Other upgrades, I didn't really need to do that much. I've owned the Traxxas E-Revo, the Traxxas Revo 3.3. I've owned the Traxxas Rustler VXL. Let's see what else. The Stampede 4x4 VXL. When I want to go buy a new truck, I decided to go with the Arrma Talion because the bang for your bucks, $480 just for the truck. But I mean, look what you get. You get metal drive shafts. I haven't bent one or broken any of them. You get the upgraded aluminum shocks that come standard. The brushed motor, it can take 3-cell, 4-cell, 6-cell batteries. It's just so beefed up. Full metal chassis. And as you can see, it's taken some hits, but still intact. No issues, no problems. Great truck. Takes a lot of abuse. Other upgrades I did, it's not on there right now, but I was able to put a 22-tooth pinion gear on there. If you look on YouTube, you'll see some guys running with their GPSs on the Arrma Talions, and they're putting the 17-tooth pinion gear on there, and they're running upwards 60, 65 miles an hour. So I don't have a GPS, so I couldn't tell you how fast mine's going, but it really rips with the 22-tooth pinion gear on there. So I got a bunch of the spare parts. So this is that part that broke. This is the rear aluminum. This is what the pins for your A-arms go through. That's what I ended up breaking. Alright, so for batteries for this truck, I went with the Venom brand. I've always ran Venoms even in my Traxxas truck. I got 2 batteries for it. The place where I bought my Arrma Talion, they offered either you could get the Sling Shot tires for free with purchase of the truck, or you could get a battery for free with the purchase of the truck. I went with the battery because they're much more expensive. It's $120 here. It's about 110, 120. I went with the 5,000 milliamps, best running time you can get. 6-cell is where it's at. With Traxxas trucks, the trucks I've had, you just can't fit a battery of this size within the Traxxas trucks without any major modifications to the chassis. So that's also why I chose this truck. Very, very bang for your buck's the best that you can do. The best thing I can say for that. So my little carrying case for it. Fit everything I need to. The remote, and I carry my spare tires in there as far as that go box over there. Alright, additional things, little tips and tricks for you guys out there that are either new to the hobby. I was told to get this water resistant silicone, and I spray it on the truck before every time I drive. I spray anything that's metal, all the drive shafts, or they go into the gearbox, back towards the transmission, yep. Anything that's metal, as well as the servos, the fan, the cooling fan. That's another upgrade that the Arrma Talion has. It comes factory stock, and Traxxas doesn't have these cooling fans on their ESCs. Traxxas has the exact same warranty that, Arrma has the exact same warranty as Traxxas, really. Any questions, you send that ESC in and they'll send you a new one. I haven't had to deal with any of them at all, but I've heard all reviews are pretty well. So I spray that same silicone in the backside here, and every time I dry, and the reason why every time I use silicone is it doesn't attract the dirt. Silicone just keeps everything clean, and basically when I come back home after driving it through snow or dirt, I just stick it in the tub, wash it off, let it dry off, and it's good to go, and it keeps rust off of all the metal parts. Additionally, inside the tires here, where my camera focuses, you guys can see the silicone. I put clear silicone on the holes of the tires. Did the same thing inside these pearl lines. I did this because my stock rims, I was out driving around in the snow, got snow in there, got water in the foam, and it can damage your foam inside your tire, and it's hard to notice without being here to feel it, but there's no foam right here. It got folded up and moved to this side of the tire. You see when I push on there, it doesn't go in, it does over here. So basically I learned my lesson in silicone, those holes on your tires. You can peel that silicone right off, no issues, and it's for summertime purposes, and you're good to go. So that is my Arrma Talion. Thanks for watching, guys and girls, and hopefully I've given you insight to this truck and this brand. It's a good company, and I love my truck. Thanks.